What's up, YouTube? Mike Wiedemach here. What is the biggest problem with the fitness industry? The biggest problem is that we went from a training culture to a drug culture. So don't get me wrong, drugs have always been there. Like, in fact, I'm so old, I remember that when the wall came down, there were actually more drugs than people, and the dealers couldn't even sell enough. But that's a different story. Today, 90% of the questions I get on social media are like, what should I take, and so on and so forth. In fact, the trigger for this video was some idiot posting how to safely bulk on trenbolone. I mean, that's like saying how to be happy in North Korea. Like, it might work, but that's probably not likely. So people train for instant gratification, namely Instagram, Facebook, and so on and so forth, right? So they need the dopamine hit to be happy in the short term, right? Okay, now we can say, well, Mike, you're on Instagram. And this is true. However, like, I would wager that if you bother reading the text that I post, you can actually learn something. It's not just about me being there, whatever, right? So people take insane risks in terms of their drug protocols, or the amount of girls at my gym where I train in New York City that has these ginormous duck butt implants is through the roof. That just can't be healthy. So now you're relying on strangers hitting the like button for your happiness, right? Because you're not posting these photos to get constructive criticism, right? So I mean, think about like Dorian Yates or Bob Parrish. They showed up at the Olympia, and that's where they took their shirt off, and that was it, right? And then they did well, and moved on to bigger and better things. So like when people post these progress or these hump day photos on Wednesdays, that is not so somebody says, you know what, your hamstrings are lagging. They just want to hear they're great, right? So they're so dependent on that, and that's what's really killing the sport and people, because it's really unhealthy. Imagine Instagram goes bankrupt tomorrow, right? Then where are you going to get your likes from? So that is a tendency that keeps getting worse and worse. And I have clients, especially younger people, that are really physically sick from all that. And then that begs the question, okay, great, Mike, but what is winning? Like, how do I want to look good, and, I want to be maybe not admired, but I want to be, noticed, and all that. And that's okay. It's okay to be vain, right? But if you become a heroin addict, it needs like 2 hits a day and then 4 photos a day and then a story in a photo, and that's really concerning, right? So, like in most sports or hobbies, which is what that really is, it's about mastery, right? So like you're a bird watcher, like you finally find that bird, or you get better, right? So it's more like of an internal focus, as opposed to who cares what a bunch of people that I've never met in my life think. It's like, did I get better, right? Did I get that rep? Do I manage my food? And also, you don't need to post all your meals. That's okay, especially now with Thanksgiving coming up. So the focus should be much more internal. Like, for instance, I don't think that, when I was swimming, I could do it again today, because back then we just hunkered down at the nationals and then swam really fast, God willing. But there was no, hey, I just didn't work out and it is that. Now people just did it. And it's also probably one of the reasons why the Mr. Olympia lineup was so weak, because these guys have to pose all the time and they never get, 6 months of work in, because there's always some mini highlight that disrupts everybody, or they have to look good for Instagram. So that brings up your cortisol, that inhibits your recovery. So you have to get to the point where really take a step back and you say, like, well, what am I doing this for? Is it really worth like putting ginormous amounts of silicone in my butt that shows off my hips, or trenbolone in my body, just so that, August 27th I got a bunch of likes, but then I got really ill from that? Is that really what you want to do? Because I hope not. But it's like, did I improve actually? Did I master the sport? Did I figure out training and dieting while running a business and having a family? And I still stayed in shape. I'm an example for my kids, the people that I work with. Do they look up to me? Or, am I just basically spinning like hamster in a wheel, always looking for the next dopamine hit? I think that's what you have to get back to. Like, I'm not saying that the drugs will ever disappear, but the focus has to be how to optimize my training. Am I doing everything right in my recovery and in my eating? And then you talk about supplementation. But today people start with that. I mean, there's people in my gym that can't even do 3 pull-ups and eat pizza for lunch, and yet they're like on 6 different compounds, and it's just not a good idea. So you have to get more of an internal focus, as opposed to, should I post it? No, I do. Like, what's better? Like, nobody's gonna care about this in half a year from now, or even tomorrow, right? Focus on yourself, get better, improve, and that's the only thing you can do. And trust me, I've tried, but neither muscles, nor money, nor likes make you happy, okay? That comes from the inside, all right? Be safe out there.